Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button if you guys are fans of the content being posted onto this channel to always be in the loop with more content similar to this, and be sure to hit the video up with a like if you're enjoying the content. And with that being said, let's begin. With all of the hype and anticipation for the upcoming Halloween Kills movie scheduled to be released this October, it would only appear that we have some bad news courtesy of what's going on in the world currently involving the worldwide pandemic, as well as major movie theaters around the world begin to shut down. And courtesy of what's happening with the economy, it only appears that AMC CEO had recently come out on April 28th and further confirmed that AMC will no longer be distributing or looking to work with Universal in having to license movies, which ultimately means that Halloween Kills may not be released within AMC theaters, which can only imply that one of two scenarios are bound to go down, of course, depending on what happens with the world and where we go from here going into the summer and then later into the fall, to where the implication here is that more than likely we do have two options going into the fall, which are either selected and specific movie theaters will in fact reopen and feature Halloween Kills within their theater, or we're more than likely going to be getting the release of Halloween Kills on video on demand upon day one of its release, which ultimately implies that if of course you want to watch Halloween Kills but there's no movie theater around your area that's hosting the movie, then you can simply rent the movie at home for roughly around $20 and get to see it within the comfort of your own home. Now, although this may seem a bit taboo in the fact that many people decide to go to the movie theaters with their girlfriends, with their boyfriends, with their friends, and with their family to watch a movie that they've really been anticipating and wanting to see, the world is changing, and because of what's happening right now, we are moving more towards an era and an age to where some of the most anticipated movies that we're looking forward to seeing in theaters just may in fact be released on VOD for the comfort of you watching it at home. Now, keep in mind, this is only for AMC theaters. This doesn't imply for all of the other theaters around the world. Of course, we are going to be seeing Halloween Kills to some capacity be available within movie theaters, but if you're someone that lives around an AMC theater, or if you're someone that knows of an AMC theater around any specific area, those theaters will no longer be working in partnership with Universal, and as such, Halloween Kills will not be available in AMC theaters. Now, don't get anything confused, don't buy into all of the misinformation being spread online. The movie itself isn't quote-unquote banned. Halloween Kills is not banned from being shown in theaters, but in fact only AMC, courtesy of what's going on in the world currently, they've decided to part ways with the company, which has nothing to do with the graphic nature of what Halloween Kills is, but simply by company choice. So in case you see any articles or any idiotic YouTubers spread false misinformation on the fact that Halloween Kills is banned because of its violent nature, that's incorrect, and that's not coming from the head CEO of the company, but more or less a departure by company choice, which again doesn't imply that the movie is going to be halted or if the movie is going to be canceled entirely, because this movie is going to set the foregrounds for what's going to happen in Halloween Ends, and given the status of what may or may not happen going into 2021, the same thing may occur if things continue to remain the way they are with Halloween Ends, and Halloween Ends eventually might be also put on VOD, again, depending on the circumstance of the world when going into that time. But as of right now, Halloween Kills is scheduled to be released in theaters, and with the governments in America at least having to open up slowly and movie theaters having to now slowly recover, there's a good chance that Halloween Kills is in fact going to be released in theaters. But at the same time, we're all anticipating a trailer, we're all anticipating somewhat of a poster, and corporations tend to actually put out material a few months in advance to further promote their product, and specific elements may apply for specific movies. For example, some movies are broadcasted and depicted almost a full year in advance, as we've known with Infinity War and Endgame. So with this, we all already know that there is something scheduled looming over the horizon involving Halloween Ends and Halloween Kills, so my guess is that we are going to be seeing more from Halloween Kills going into June 2020, perhaps maybe getting a look at the first poster, first teaser, and eventually first trailer, because right around the time of June, we're only going to have about 4 to 5 months, give or take, until the movie's release. So it's a good time to put out the first trailer and then prolong that into putting out the second trailer right around July, August. So things are going to start ramping up very, very soon. But even then, the original Halloween 2018 trailer actually dropped on June 8th, 2018. And so what I do think might happen is we might get a trailer, I think indefinitely, right around the same time in June, because only then are they able to market the film, are they able to basically put out more. And we are going to be covering the entirety of the Halloween trailer breakdown and many other news information and updates in regards to the film itself, because the film itself is going to garner so much attention only because it's a blockbuster movie. It's a movie that basically encompasses an entire generation, a multitude of generations, in telling this narrative and seeing what happened with Michael Myers, the conclusive story with Laurie Strode, and the directors and producers have been hyping this up so much so that this movie is bound to be one of the most terrifying Halloween films within the franchise, which only gives us a lot more to look forward to, especially when knowing the fact that this is ultimately going to build into a third movie. And once that third movie is over and done with, then we could ultimately see where do we go from there in terms of continuing the franchise in a different way, or by having to end the franchise by something drastic happening to Michael or Laurie. So something's gotta give, and what's really concerning is if the events of what is going on in the world continue to worsen, then of course we can only expect for movies to be dropping on video on demand rather than in theaters, because this entire circumstance has really affected the economy. It's affected multiple multi-billion-dollar businesses, and with that being said, movie theaters just might become a thing of the past. Even if you favor going to the theater to see any horror movie, any DC movie, Marvel movie, whatever the case may be, if this continues, then ultimately enough, no matter how many Halloween movies they end up making, it's either going to go on video on demand or it's simply going to be delayed. So there is so much happening in the world right now that I really encourage you guys to support the creators that are putting out accurate information, support those that you really gravitate towards and enjoy when it comes down to pure content creation. And as for the studios and productions on this, I'm actually very thankful that they went along to actually finish this when they could, because truth be told, they haven't fully started on Halloween Ends in a sense to where they've began shooting entirely, or at least finished the movie, because they were going to do that and then this happened. So by the end of all of this, I want to know, are you guys going to enjoy Halloween Kills from the comfort of your own homes once it's released? Are you guys going to be watching it at home, or are you guys going to somehow try and get into theaters? Again, depending on the overall situation, on what happens involving the world and the status of what may or may not be going into October. And more importantly, do you guys believe that Halloween Kills is going to deliver and give us the Halloween movie that we've been asking for so long? Because being the fact that now everything is shut down, they have more time to focus on the film in either taking specific things out, putting specific things in, keeping the lore the same, adding more depth. Because if this movie turns out to be absolute crap, then it's going to be very disappointing in a sense to where there was all this time for people to work on this movie and give us one of the absolute best Halloween movies they could, only for them to fall short and give us a half-assed product with no substance and no bearing to the overall story of what we've seen go down in Halloween 2018. But for those that are kind of concerned, I don't really think that there is a cause for concern, given the fact that this movie is bound to tie in so much and is bound to relate to so many of the fan theories involving Michael and what could or may not happen in the film. But in the end, I want to get your thoughts. Are you guys excited? Are you guys stoked to finally see a trailer, hopefully next month? Because if they delay this any further, which I don't see them doing in terms of pushing Halloween Kills in debuting in 2021 while Halloween Ends debuts in 2022, that I don't think would be pragmatic, nor do I think that would be the right call. But I also want to get your thoughts as to what is to be expected from the trailer, if we're going to be getting any other additional information. Again, thank you all so much for your time. Thank you all so much for watching. If of course you guys are new to the channel, then I do encourage you guys to smash that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below. Again, also follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is always on the lower left hand corner of the video, so follow me on Twitter at UnrealNetwork. It would really mean a lot to me, guys. and it'll allow you guys to keep up to date with me. So thank you all once again. Tune back in for the next video, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Take it easy, guys, and have a great day. Peace.